No one's judging you on your drawing, okay? Go ahead and all of you just turn around your drawings and show everyone what you drew. Okay? How many of you picked up one of these drawings? Just raise your hand. Okay, so that's pretty significant. They can't see it here, so show that. So we have a tree, we have a dog, and we have, what is that? A moose that got hit by a log?
You got it. Kleenex box.
A Kleenex box. Okay. We have an interesting Kleenex. All right. Okay, now, the interesting thing with this is that your drawings say something about you. Okay? And that's the other end of it. Part of it is picking up what you were picking up. The other part is what these actually say about you. Okay? So this is where the fun part becomes, and I get to talk about you for a minute. So, I promise. All right, now let's look at this. First of all, in looking at this drawing, it's a picture of this Kleenex box. What's interesting is that the box is very square, which means, and it's very contained. I mean, the hole that this Kleenex come out of is microscopic, pretty much, which means that if you tell her a secret, she will keep it a secret forever. Okay, she'll go to her grave with the secret. She's a very, very good friend. But the Kleenex explodes out of the box. So if you don't tell her it's a secret, it's going to be on Facebook. Okay? You gotta be careful. But that's okay. Again, you're a very, very loyal friend. The fact that it's on the upper part of the paper indicates especially that you're a higher thinker. You like to think about ideas. Being practical is not your highest priority. It's more about you want to make sure, and you also plan ahead quite a bit too, as far as planning ahead, making sure everyone has exactly what they need, like a box of Kleenex. Okay? Perfect, okay? And you'll get to keep that. And I'll even sign it. Like that's going to mean anything. Be on eBay tomorrow for 10 cents. There you go. All right. Olivia. I'm not keeping you last because of any embarrassing things. Okay. Olivia. Now, Olivia, this is the cutest little dog. Let's see what it was going to be. Now, this is interesting because the mistakes tell us a lot too. And it's not a mistake, okay? I don't like to say that. You have a cute little dog that looks like it had its mouth sewn shut, which also means that you tend to be quieter in general. Okay, I mean the mouth is very closed. The eyes are actually quite low. Everything is very scrunched to the middle, which means that you like to keep an even keel. You don't like the emotions to run high or to run low. You just like to keep it very calm. Calm is your favorite word. Okay? Even in the page, it's very centered. You're also, we kind of know this just by your drawing, you're very detail-oriented. You want to make sure that what you say is what you mean. And you'll go to excessive lengths to make sure of that. Now, looking at the other side, is it a puppy or a dog?
It's supposed to be a dog.
It's supposed to be a dog. Okay, well, it's just an age thing. This dog looks slightly worried, if you notice, between the two. So we can also say that when you were drawing this the first time, you were very, very concerned about getting this right. Okay? So you didn't have to worry about that. Okay? It's also much more toward the left side of the page, if you notice. It's more on that left side, which means that you're very oriented toward the past. So history is extremely important for you, and everyone else's history is important to you. So while most people would say, what do you like? What are your favorite colors? What are your favorite foods? You ask, tell me about your family. Where did they come from? What's the cultural background? Those are the things you're more interested in. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's more about you. Okay? So that's yours. And like I said, it doesn't mean anything, but you'll remember it. So there you go. Thank you. Have a seat. You're all set. And flow.
Yep.
This is a tree. This is an amazingly interesting tree. First of all, what kind of fruit is this on the tree? It's apples. Okay, that's important too. First of all, she uses the entire page. There is not one part of this page that doesn't get used, which means that you're extremely creative and you do things big. You don't do little bits here and there. If you're going to do something, you do it big. So if you're going to do something wrong, it's going to be really wrong. But if you do something right, it's going to be like gold and sterling right, okay? Like I say, it's fairly spread out. The clouds, there's a little bit of clouds, which means that as far as emotions go, there are ups and downs for you, and you ride those through. But you try to let them not bother you and not get in your way. Okay? And that's what the little clouds. The ground is also very clear, which means that you're trying to stay grounded. Okay? You don't want to jump off into some unknown territory. You like to stay planted, literally. Okay? As far as, now this is the interesting part, the use of apples. When you use apples on a tree, if you were using cherries, I would say you valued truth. You didn't use cherries. That doesn't mean you're a liar, but you didn't use cherries, you used apples. Apples are all about childhood. They're all about childhood and children and teaching, actually. So you are very child-oriented. You like to be around kids, you get energy from kids, and they give you energy. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. What?
She's a teacher.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. So that's where that's all coming from. Okay?
Yep.
All right. Good. All right. And I'll sign yours too, because I do everything in threes. I have OCD, so ha. Here you go. All right, thank you. Give all three of them a hand.